Each of us has moments in our past that have shaped us for better or for worse. We have good things about our past that we relish and enjoy, and we have also bad things that we do not want to remember, but that's still sticking on to us. Some of those memories empower us. Yes, some of them do. Because if we know we've gone through something and succeeded, if we're going through something in the present moment, we can apply the principles or know that we've done it before and we can do it. So some of those experiences empower us, whilst others seem to hold us back. Some are heavy weights that anytime we look back, we shed tears. Anytime we look back, oh, we regret this, we regret this decision. I should have done this, or this past, I made a mistake at this and all that. But we're coming in this teaching and we're trying to know that everything is working out for our own good. But today, we will explore how the past, while it may influence us, does not have to define us. Your past can influence you, but it does not have to define who you are in this moment. So, healing the past is not about forgetting or denying what has been, but it's about transforming our relationship with it. We're not here to forget it, we're not here to deny it, because whatever that's happened has brought us to where we are now. When we come to this teaching, we are looking for the best way to let that experiences push us to the next level. It's about transforming our relationship and interaction with our past. It's about creating a new narrative, one where past no longer holds power over our present. And that's why in some affirmations, declaration, we say the past does not have any hold on me. Every of the negative past, we declare it. You do not have any hold on me. I am free, I'm whole, I'm complete. But instead, it becomes a foundation for further spiritual and personal development. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to achieve in this teaching, where every experience becomes a teacher to us. We learn, we quiet ourselves and go within and learn. And just as a garden needs weeding for new flowers to bloom, our spiritual growth requires us to let go of old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve us. What are those patterns? What are those beliefs that no longer serve you? You may write them down as the lesson is going on. You can do burning balls yourself. Write them down. Those things that set you back, those things that will always cause you to look back, that each time you remember, you drop tears. Write them down. And after the lesson or any time, write them all out and tear them and discard them. And just know that as you are tearing it, you're detaching the hold of that past, of that ugly incident on your life. So in this process, we make space for new revelations, fresh insights, and the freedom to move forward in alignment with who we are becoming. We always come into an awareness of this truth, of the good, of the greater good, of the power that is with us. The more we come, the more we seek to know, the more we know. It's infinite. So our identity shifts from one based on past hurts or limitations to one rooted in potential, purpose, and alignment with who we truly want to be. Maybe the question would ask ourselves, we may write down and try to answer it ourselves is, who am I becoming? That would be a good line for journaling. Who am I becoming? And we help you weed out anything that is contrary to who you are becoming. This journey isn't about abandoning the past. It's about transforming it so it becomes a stepping stone, not an obstacle in our continuous evolution. It's about transforming. It's about transforming the past, transforming our relationship with it, with the past. You're in a relationship with your past where you have power over your past. It does not control you. It does not define you. It does not influence your decisions, but you learn from it and you make the best decision because you have the spirit of wisdom, understanding. That is who you are. So let's dive into this process of healing with open hearts and minds, knowing that as we release the old, what we are simply doing is that we are creating the possibility for something new and even greater to emerge. I mean, that's something, the old things are passed away. Behold, all things have become new. Just like they say, you can't have your hands full and you're wanting something more. You have to get rid of the old so you'll have space for the new. You have to detach from that old thing, old patterns, old beliefs. Roy T. Burnett said, the past is a place of reference, not a place of residence. The past is a place of learning, not a place of living. We don't live in the past. You learn from the past. The place of residence is now. We want to always be in the present moment. Very profound statement. The past is a place of reference, not a place of residence. The past is a place of learning, not a place of living. What this reminds us that while we learn from our past, we are not meant to stay trapped in it. Another beautiful one says, when the past calls, let it go to voicemail. Believe me, it has nothing new to say. The past has nothing new to say. It's old gist, old info. So let's explore this concept from a fresh perspective. Imagine a potter working with clay. She has an old cracked pot sitting on her table, a relic from her early days. It's familiar, but it leaks and can no longer serve its purpose. Beside her sits a new clay, vibrant and full of potential. She knows that if she tries to patch the old pot with fresh clay, it will likely fall apart even more. Just like a brittle foundation cannot hold new strength. So instead, she decides to break it down and use the lessons learned from creating it and mold something new. Talking about the past, the old clay. Again, the principle of healing the past is not about patching up old wounds, covering up old wounds, or trying to fit the new experiences into an outdated framework. That is not healing. That's not the healing we are talking about. It's not about pretending that all is well. Instead, it's about allowing the past to inform us but not restrict us. Like the potter, we use what we have learned, but we create something entirely new that can hold the abundance of life's fresh experiences. Which of your past are you still clinging onto that is slowing you down? That's always causing you to look back. It's time to let go. As Eckhart Tolle says, the past has no power over the present moment. Remember, each time we talk about the present moment has peace, love, abundance, that peace that passes all understanding. You're not worried about what tomorrow will become. You're not entangled by the burdens that's past or the mistakes of the past. You're just here, full, complete, here, right now, aligned with spirit, with divine. When you are in that place, the past does not have any control over that present moment. In that present moment, you can decree a thing and declare a thing, and it shall come to pass. To fully embrace the new moment, we want to release the old, much like putting new wine into new wine bottles. If we cling to the past or try to integrate it into the evolving life without proper transformation, we risk limiting the expansion of our spiritual journey. That's not what we want to do. We want to be expansive. We want to enlarge our territories. We are one with infinite abundance, and we want to be abundant. I always say this, we want to get to that place where we have the exceedingly, the abundantly, and above. It's pressed down, shaking together, running over, overflowing abundance. What are we coming to the stream of life with? Limited container. We want to be abundant in every area. When we heal the past, we open ourselves to new revelations and allow life to evolve. Most of the solutions, most of the answers we are looking for would come in the form of revelations, insights, direction, wisdom. And when we are in the present moment, we can access all this. The wisdom to start a business, the insight, the revelation, they all come when we are able to be in the present moment. So this lesson of healing lies not in rejection, but in renewal. Acknowledging that growth requires us to continuously shed what no longer serves us, making room for the new, vibrant energy of the present. As I said earlier, some of these memories of the past, they empower us while others hold us back. So when we reflect on our past, we often find that certain memories fill us with strength and motivation, while others feel like heavy weights, holding us back from moving forward. I have two scenarios here. Take, for instance, the story of Viktor Frankl, an Austrian neurologist and psychiatrist who endured unimaginable suffering during World War II as a prisoner. He lost his entire family, his career was torn apart, and he faced daily horrors that seemed unbearable. Many people would understandably be consumed by bitterness, despair, and anger. after such an experience, but he chose a different path. In the depths of his suffering, he realized that even though everything could have been taken from him, he still had control over one thing: his attitude and how he responded to his circumstances. He observed that while others around him were falling into hopelessness, he found a sense of inner freedom in choosing his perspective. That is one thing this teaching does for us. This realization became the foundation of his life's work and led to his renowned book, Man's Search for Meaning. Frankl's powerful insight was that we can always choose how we interpret our experiences, even in the most tragic situations. He transformed his trauma into a source of personal strength and a gift to the world through his teaching. It's about the past and how he transformed it and used it as a stepping stone for greater things. This is a profound example of how some memories, while initially painful, can empower us when we find a way to reframe them and extract deeper meaning from them. If you're in this teaching, we are always about reframing the bad situation. I know there's good somewhere. There's good always. There's a saying that the darkest period of the night is just before dawn. There's good somewhere waiting to unfold, to happen. That is what we always want to do as truth students. On the other hand, some memories hold us back, trapping us in cycles of self-doubt, regret, or resentment. Consider the story of Sarah, a woman who carried the weight of her parents' divorce into her adult relationships. She blamed herself for their separation and unconsciously carried the belief that love was always doomed to fail. This past experience clouded her ability to trust or fully engage in new relationships. She only began to heal when she recognized that this belief was rooted in her past, not her present reality. By letting go of that story, Sarah was able to build relationship based on trust and love instead of fear. So those memories that hold us back are like anchors chaining us to an outdated version of ourselves. The past, they just hold you down to a place that you have left long ago. You're no longer that person. You transformed into a different person, a new, vibrant, energetic person. But that past still holds on. So as we embark on this healing process, it's important to understand this balance. We can honor the empowering parts of our past. Yes. Salute it, praise it, be happy for that, while releasing the parts that limit our future. What are those parts? What are those things that you still hold on to that slows you down? I said earlier, write it down. Release it. Release it. It's not about denying our experiences, but about discerning which ones help us evolve and which ones hold us down. Which ones do we have to leave behind so we can move freely into the future? Little wonder when the athletes want to run, They wear very, very light clothes, nothing heavy, because you don't want anything slowing you down. You're already running against the wind. You don't want anything to further slow you down. You don't want to look back. You want to stay razor focused on your plans, on what you are becoming. Often, these limiting beliefs are instilled in us by well-meaning but wrongly sometimes guided influences. Of course, they must have done it from all they knew then. Our parents, maybe sometimes teachers or friends or siblings. And they did this out of the unawareness or limited understanding that's been passed down onto them too. And these things do not serve our highest good. These messages might have told us we are not good enough. We are not capable enough. We are not worthy of love. We are not worthy of success. We are not worthy of happiness. So many we are not. So many I am not. So many you cannot achieve. So many things you cannot do. It's all about the things you cannot. You will never become. You cannot achieve. You will never do right. You will never be happy. So many of these things have been passed down unknowingly. But just because these beliefs were instilled in us doesn't mean we have to carry them forever. Yes, this has happened. Your past was this. It was bad. It was all that. But you are in this teaching. You're in this understanding where you can remove that weight like you're removing your clothes. Just lay it down. Remove it. If it will take you doing it physically to feel the release, like tearing and burning balls, removing it. I remove this, I let it out. Do it. But just because these beliefs were instilled in us doesn't mean we have to carry them forever. At all, you have the power now in the present moment to release, to let go. I refuse to be that. I reject those labels. That was an outdated version of me. I am no longer that person. We keep saying that the words of our mouths are powerful. We affirm, we declare what we are in the present moment. The first step in breaking free from these negative patterns is to forgive those who impose them on us. Forgive, we can't say this enough. As the saying goes, hurt people hurt people. Forgive. It's not easy to, but that is the practice that we do. If those who raised or taught us had truly understood the consequences of their words and actions, they might have acted differently. You want to think about that. If they knew better, they may have acted better. This understanding brings us to a compassionate realization. If they had known better, they would have done better. Forgiving doesn't mean excusing harmful behavior, but rather recognizing that they, too, were likely acting from their own limited beliefs or fears. In doing so, we free ourselves from the emotional weight of their mistakes. When we hold on to blame, we unknowingly bind ourselves to the very thing we wish to escape. Blame keeps us tethered to a victim mentality where our happiness and well-being depend on someone else's action. So anytime the person tweaks something, you are happy. And they don't do something, you are not happy, you are sad. We don't want to be at the effect of someone's emotions. The victim mentality often sees themselves as powerless, viewing life as something that is happening to them, something that happens to them, not for them. As when Dyer said, all blame is a waste of time. No matter how much you find with another, it will not change you. We don't want to get into that blame game. All blame is a waste of time. No matter how much fault you find with another, it will not change you. We just want to let it go. And what blame does, it keeps us in a cycle of negativity, giving others power over our emotional states. So by choosing to release all blame, we reclaim our power. This is one of the most liberating steps we can take on the path to healing and self-mastery. When we stop blaming others and take responsibility for our lives, we step into our full potential. We are in charge of our lives. We are active participants in our life. This is what it means to take dominion over our lives. So we stop waiting for external circumstances or people to change to feel better, and realize that the power to create change lies within us. The power to change your life lies within you. You have that power. And that's why we always talk about treat and move your feet. Treat and move your feet. I have another quote here by Jiddu. It says, you must take responsibility for your own life. You cannot blame someone else for your problems. Taking responsibility is the highest form of maturity. You're the captain of your own life. And when we do this, we shift from being passive participants to active creators of our reality. We have everything we need for life and godliness within us. When we do all this, forgive others, we free up energy once tied up to resentment and anger, and it allows us to channel that energy into growth, healing, abundance, and creating new realities. We are constantly evolving, always part of life's creative flow. We come from it, we live in it, and are it. We are expressions of endless creativity, always unfolding, and trusting the process of life. While great minds say time is an illusion and only present exists, we still structure our lives around the past and the future. Only what we have is now. Now. And the truth is, there is only the now. Each of us is a celebration of life living in the now. Life is happening right now. The present becomes the past, and the future turns into the present. And Raymond Charles Barker reminds us that when we dwell on the past or fantasize about the future, we misuse our minds. You create worries for yourself. So instead, living in the now allows us to create fresh ideas and new experiences. So we don't want to limit our view of life by any past experience. No. You can actually change your day anytime. So when we let negative thoughts from the past, like feelings of loss, lack, or limitation, affect us, we block the full potential of divine power working in our lives. That is not what we want to do. By staying focused on what is possible rather than being held back by old patterns, we open ourselves to greater growth and abundance. There are four important factors to consider when healing the past. I'll quickly run through this. It starts with learning to live in the present moment. We talked about it. Always learn to live in the present moment. That's where we have so much power. Everything, love, life, and creativity happens in the present. The past is behind us, already written, and nothing can be accomplished there. Since we cannot change or alter the past, our focus is on letting go of the past. We can cherish the good memories and use the difficult ones as lessons. Living in the now is the key to healing the past and moving forward. You're not thinking about the past because you're in the present moment. It's about fully embracing the present moment where life truly happens. The second key to healing the past is forgiveness. We talked about this. Forgiveness means giving something, usually to ourselves. When we forgive others, we also give ourselves peace and release. While we may not forgive others at times, while we may forgive others at times, forgiveness always benefits us most. We are the best beneficiary of that forgiveness. Forgiving can be hard, but letting go of the anger that someone's action may have caused us is necessary. Because again, they become weights. Without forgiveness, you know what happens? That anger stays within us and holds us back and down. And it manifests in different forms, sicknesses and so many other things. Again, we often judge ourselves more harshly than others. It's essential to forgive ourselves for mistakes we've made and for being hard on ourselves. We also want to forgive ourselves for judging others because that judgment weighs us down. So forgiveness, it has two layers. Forgiving the person we judged and forgiving ourselves for judging in the first place. A simple way to practice this is to say, I forgive. Say you put the name of the person. I forgive so and so, and release them from my thoughts. Say it as many times as possible. You need to let go. Or I forgive myself so I can think clearly. Remember, everything we do here is about practice. We keep practicing it. Say it as many times as possible. Release and let go. Forgiveness is simple, but it takes practice and a willingness to truly let go. The third step in healing the past is letting go through the act of release. Just like taking a deep breath, holding it, and releasing it, we can feel the relief and freedom of letting go. This is the power of release. To truly heal, we need to forgive and release all blame. Just let it go. Release it. Release it. Release the person to their highest good. Blaming others keeps us stuck and takes away our power. When we stop blaming and take responsibility for our lives, we gain control and shape our future. As we forgive and let go of the past, it loses its hold over us, and we free our minds to think clearly and move forward. Then the fourth and final factor in healing the past is the power of prayer, our spiritual mind treatment. How do we accomplish living in the now, forgiving and releasing the past by means of powerful spiritual truth? We call it the spiritual mind treatment. And when we do this, we feel, we act, and we become. The creative law of mind responds to our beliefs, not the desires or wishes. So we want to declare. We're ridding ourselves of every negativity, every blame, every unwholesomeness, everything that slows us down, every regret. We release it. And as we rid ourselves of that, we begin to welcome every positive thing that we want. Forgiveness, peace, love, abundance is an act of ridding ourselves of everything that holds us down. Through spiritual mind treatment, we recreate our world of being. We are always in the process of recreating and creating. Treatment allows us to uproot and dissolve the past. So we open ourselves to greater new expressions of life. We uproot and dissolve the past so it doesn't have any hold on us. We release the past and live in the now. Our past does not equal our future. Our past, when we decide, cannot influence our tomorrow, our future. We take charge, enjoy the moment, and remember that we consciously choose what we create in our lives. You have the power to do that. And all it takes is a simple choice. We choose to heal the past. Just a choice. Make that decision to choose to heal the past. So you'll be very light to focus on today, on tomorrow, what you're becoming. So we want to heal the past to enjoy life and the opportunities before us fully. Only by letting go of what has already happened can we fully live in this moment. And this moment is all we truly have. And that is why it's called the present, a gift from life itself. It's a precious gift. And that's why we're always talking about breathing in, breathing all the life. Enjoy the life, breathe in life. And as you're breathing in, know that you're breathing in the same life that animates everything. You, me, everything. You're breathing it in. It's going within. And exhaling everything, every negative thoughts, every past you do not want to, that gives you a bitter taste. Exhale it out into the nothingness. So while we cannot change the past, we have the power to start fresh right now and create a new future. You have the power. It's your decision. It's entirely up to you. You have the power to do that. You have the power to do that. You have the power to declare a thing and it would come to pass. You do not know how much power you have at your disposal. You do not know how much power that comes with your words. Your words are powerful. Your declarations are powerful. Your affirmations are powerful. You're too powerful beyond description because you are connected to infinite possibilities. You're co-creators with divine. So let's embrace this moment and live fully, knowing that every choice we make now shapes our new beginning. And so it is.